And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Rodgers going to throw. It's caught here by Adams. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now it's Rodgers. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Matt Judon able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Check 13. Check side.
To throw is Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jihad Ward in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got to hook up to Lazard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 13 yards out as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now.
Hey, yo, bro, that was amazing, G. that was amazing.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he may have given those 6 yards right back, as they're going to get to him well behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker, as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Ingram again, a 1st down carry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson, that's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, this from 37. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Y'all play over here. Check 4, check 4.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. It's 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Double dog. That's the win. Check.
Rodgers going to throw again. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
26.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this will be fielded at the 6. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage?
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. To throw, it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
48 mark. There's a party now.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Got a man open, it's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams there to make the grab. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Let's go, defense.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
And caught up to him. Matt Judon, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers caught on the right side by Adams. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 22-yard line. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On play action. Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Rodgers, and he's got the connection to the tight end Graham. Touchdown Packers. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Dean Lowry, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now he'll pull it down. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Being chased out left. And got his man complete. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together Charles and Knight. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, 62 yards. As his guys are back within a single score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Back to throw, Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nick Boyle, 37 yards. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jalen Ferguson, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. That one goes for 24 yards. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Rodgers on target here to Allison. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
319, Charlie. First down at the 47-yard line.
Rodgers now on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. A costly mistake here at OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Check 50, check 50.
On second down, it's Ingram. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. Second and 10. On second down, Ingram. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's got Snead. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they